Primetime sports coverage of the Naveen Tour is brought to you by Corel Corporation, the world leader in graphics and CD-ROM technology. By John Naveen and Company, providing quality tax-free investments since 1898. By Coopers & Lybrand, not just knowledge, know-how. And by Mentadent, the baking soda and peroxide toothpaste. Here come our players. Andres Gomez leading the great Bjorn Borg, 6 times a French Open champion, and he looks very fit to me, Mel.
I tell you, Bjorn, he retired when he was 26 years old, so basically his body's still the same. He's in great shape, and his fitness is never a question.
Big hand for both players. A tremendous turnout here. They've got seats for a little over 2,000, and it looks like it's going to definitely be filled up. So we are just about ready to go here with semifinal action from the Woodmont Country Club in Rockville, Maryland. Another look at the great Bjorn Borg, as we've already mentioned, 6 times a French Open champion, 5 consecutive Wimbledon titles, setting the mark in that category, and he looks very fit as he warms up for this match. 11 Grand Slam titles now, 62 singles titles, and ranked 1 for over 109 weeks. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's a hard act to follow, and Bjorn's such a class act also. I mean, he's playing this tour now, he's having a good time, he's playing better, he's at ease with himself, and like I said earlier, he's in shape because he hadn't been wearing and tearing his body since the age of 26.
And he finally got a win over his old buddy Jimmy Connors last year on this Naveen Tour, so that got him some confidence, I'm sure.
Yeah.
His opponent today, a young man from Guayaquil, Ecuador, the 1990 French Open champion, as you mentioned, Mel, and ranked number 4 in the world that year, 21 titles, and this guy knows how to play on clay.
This Gogo's definitely at home on this surface. I mean, he grew up playing down in Ecuador on red clay mostly, but both these guys are really comfortable on this surface. And Andreas is just a young puppy on the tour. He's 36 years old, and he hadn't been playing much either really since 90 or 91, so his body's basically in good shape also. So we're going to see a great match today.
We saw him defeat John McEnroe, Gomez did, at the Riviera Country Club just 2 weeks ago. That should have given him some confidence. So look at the weather, a little chilly at 57, but the real factor today is the wind. It says 23 miles per hour there as we look at that Australian flag, Mel, but it's blowing a gale out here right now.
Yeah, it feels a lot colder than 57 degrees up here in the booth.
Borg will be serving into the wind from this side. We'll watch it closely because that's going to be a factor. If you can play into the wind from the far side, that'll be helpful.
It's going to be tough. The mental part, I think, is the biggest thing in these matches, because you just have to concentrate and realize, hey, it's windy on both sides. Let's go out, let's play, and just put everything aside.
Borg won the toss and very cleverly elected to receive, and so Gomez will serve.
Yeah, we talked about that. If we won the toss, we'd receive.
First game, first set. Gomez serving to Borg. Gomez, who used that big serve to his advantage out at the Riviera. We'll see if he does it again. He went for a big one on the first point.
I guess we failed to mention his big backhand might be a weapon during the match also.
Well, the good thing about Gomez's backhand, I like, Mel, is he can slice the ball, he can come over it, a lot of variety.
And that takes a lot of pace off the shot, so it's going to be a great match today.
15 love.
That's going to be the problem today, trying to overhit sometimes on one side, and the wind's just going to take it out. So there are going to be a lot of unforced errors in this match.
Looks like the wind is coming from behind Gomez now. We'll watch it, as you said, because if Borg can hit into the wind, that will help him. A little too hard that time.
It's just going to be, I think it's going to be a feeling out period the first couple of games. They're going to see what they can get away with hitting from the baseline. Right there was just another example of Gomez's forehand, too, as he puts you out wide and then comes in and finishes off the point.
A mishit from Borg, and so Andres Gomez holds in the first game of the first set. This is best of 3. The winner will move into the final. We're at the Woodmont Country Club in Rockville, Maryland, bringing you semifinal action from the Corral champions on the tour. Club, a beautiful country club just outside of our nation's capital. Look at the draw now. Jimmy Connors up there at the #1 seed, unfortunately had to withdraw with that hip problem again, and so John Lloyd moved into the semifinals. We'll talk about that in a second. Borg opens up with a good serve out wide, 15 love. And the lower half of the draw, you see the 2 guys that were supposed to get here. Mel did, the #2 and 3 seeds. But Connor's really having some trouble with that hip, I guess.
It's he hurt it down in Naples, and it's just going to take a little while for him to get back to normal. He's just going to have to rest it a little bit, but he'll be okay.
Borg over hits with the forehand, trying to come in behind it. You think we'll see Bjorn come in very often today?
I think so, Barry. The last couple of seasons he's been playing, he has been quickening the points a little more than he used to. I mean, he's going for him and coming into the net, and he plays a little differently than he did 10 years ago. He's going for trying to be a little more aggressive than he usually is.
There you see that win. Bjorn threw the ball up, and a double fault creeps in.
It's going to be a tough one. Whoever just is the tougher mentally today is going to win this match. Great first serve from Bjorn. I failed to mention earlier that Bjorn's big weapon is his first serve also. He really hits a lot of big first serves.
Yes, Bjorn. Beautiful forehand right down the line. Catches Gomez going the wrong direction. We are at 1 game all, first set.
You know, over those years that he won all those Wimbledons, Barry, he relied heavily on his first serve. A lot of people kind of think, oh, he's on clay, he's just a clay quarter, but he really relied heavily on his first serve over these years. Boy, it's howling, isn't it?
Yeah, you saw Bjorn look up. He's trying to figure out just exactly where that one's coming from. He can play his shots a lot better that way. Gomez over hits with the forehand. It's long.
I mean, he hit so much topspin on that ball, and it still went out. So we're looking at definitely a difficult afternoon.
And a foot fault called on Gomez. Boy, that's unusual. Although a couple of them got called last couple weeks ago in Los Angeles.
It's probably his big feet. Now, see, that's going to be a problem too on a shot like that. Okay, on a shot like this, with him coming in, the ball just stopped. He hit a good approach shot, but the wind just basically stopped the ball right before Bjorn was getting ready to hit the ball. So here he comes right there, and see the ball just kind of stopped and ball at the bottom of the net.
15 all. Approach shot.
Another problem today for both players is, okay, here's the big forehand. Gogo, believe it or not, has got a really good volley. I mean, he didn't win all those doubles titles because he didn't have a good volley. But back to the wind today is blowing off a lot of the clay down on the court, so it's really going to be slippery.
Comes over it. Gomez, to me, has one of the most casual approaches to serving. You know, he just kind of walks up to the baseline, throws it up, and hits it.
He's just such a big guy. I mean, he's 6'4", and he uses a lot of wrist flick. It's hard to teach that serve to the young ones. Yeah. You just have to play a long time to develop that game.
Service ace from Gomez. His first ace of the day. Tough warming up on a day like today, Mel?
It's tough to get warm. You see Gogo's got his vest on. Now, he'll play with that probably 2 or 3 games and then take it off. And it's just a mental game right now. These guys are trying to figure each other out. Figure the wind out.
And so Andres Gomez holds. No service breaks thus far. Gomez leading it 2-1. Stay with us. We're at the Woodmont Country Club outside of Rockville, Maryland. Center court here at the Woodmont Country Club. 2-1 Gomez, semifinal action. Let's have a look at the draw now and see how these guys got here. Lloyd, as we said, got a walkover over Jimmy Connors when he had to withdraw. Barami, very tough player. Creek beats him to move into the semifinals. But that Barami's a really tough guy to play, isn't he?
He's been a great asset to the tour.
And the other side, of course, Bjorn Borg up on top, the number 3 seed. A win over his old rival, Vilas, there in the quarterfinals. And Gomez, who has been very consistent moving into the semi.
Yeah, that was a great match yesterday between Borg and Vilas. It was Borg just out-toughed him, though. But it was remembrance of big matches they played in the past.
Oh, that ball will slide wide.
And there's your wind right there. That really wasn't a bad shot. I mean, he aimed really almost in the middle of the court, and the ball just slid off.
15 love. There's that big serve you talked about, Mel. Boy, he really pounded that one.
I mean, it's not news to me. I mean, I've seen it. I think anybody in tennis knows that he definitely always carried a big first serve.
Oh, that's a great shot from Borg. Borg gets caught. Watch this great pickup from Bjorn Borg.
Well, I mean, this is a part of his game he doesn't really, he's not too comfortable with, but this is just great hands and a great athlete. He just scooped it up and hit it behind Andreas, and there's what I'm talking about with the court being slippery. Andreas tried to stop, the point was over. So just great hands by Bjorn.
Let second serve. Net court judge to the far right of your picture there, right beneath the umpire.
They're right in the action, aren't they?
No. Borg really putting some stick on that forehand, and Borg holds easily. We are at 2 games all. First set. 2 games all, semifinal action. Corel champions on the Nuveen Tour. Andres Gomez, the number 2 seed, playing Bjorn Borg. We are at 2 games all. First set. This is best of 3. The winner will move into the finals.
Yeah, Gomez has really been the hottest player on the Nuveen Tour. I mean, dating back to February, which he won West Palm Beach, and then he won the Masters in Naples, and then getting to the finals of L.A. So he is the hottest man on the tour right now.
Oh, yes, Gomez. Brilliant little backhand volley. Well, he beat John McEnroe in straight sets just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but he's beaten him 3 times in the last 2 months.
Let's go long.
Just once again, a lot of unforced errors today. That's just going to happen in these type of conditions because you're still having gust of winds. I believe it's more like 40. I mean, we said 30 earlier. It's more 40 miles an hour.
Trouble. Yes. You knew from the moment he got caught there he was going to lose that point, Mel.
That was almost the same shot Bjorn hit before. If you see, hits a good first serve. Just smacks it. He's running in. It's just a good, just a good first volley at his feet. There's nothing he can do. Actually, he tried to hit him behind Bjorn, but Bjorn's quick enough to adjust to the speed. So those are just good hands. You can't teach those shots. Those are just, you just have great hands. You just develop those shots.
Oh, Gomez with the error, and so the 30-love lead disappears. And really the first chance for Borg to possibly break here. 5th game, first set.
Bjorn really looks like he's into it today.
Yes,
I mean, I've seen that game face on him. I mean, Bjorn's
Ooh.
Bjorn has, I mean, his ice face is what they used to call it. He had that stare that he could stare you down with those cold eyes. But don't let him fool you, because he's looking to take every point he can from you.
He's staring at a break point right here, 30-40. Ooh, Gomez. And now Bjorn might have another look at that call. Very close call. I think wow, that's amazing. I think he's going to give him, isn't that amazing? He gives him the ace.
Let's take a look at it here. But that's the great thing about this tour. The sportsmanship between all the players has been just tremendous, because we're out here to have a good time. We're trying to make this thing work. And another serve on the line.
And that was a big point, Mel. He wins that point. He breaks serve. That is amazing. Great sportsmanship from Bjorn Borg.
Well, I think the main thing is we've been playing for so long. I mean, we know if the ball's in or out. I think there shouldn't be any question. Go does not double fault that much. And once again, I'm just going to go back to the conditions. The conditions are going to create a lot of unforced errors today. It's just going to be a tough day for both of them.
It's good. Oh, look at Borg. Almost makes the get. Great effort from Borg. Slides into that shot. I thought for a minute he was going to make that shot.
You got to make it. Let's take a look at it again. You can see the slide mark that Bjorn made, too. That's a great forehand. All he did was just to get it back. Great feel by Gomez. But watch his slide. He just keeps moving. Look at that.
Great effort. And again, Gomez having trouble with that forehand. Mel, is it tougher to play with the wind at your back or into your face? What do you think?
I think it's tougher. Almost in your back in a way, because you think you can hit the ball a lot harder sometimes because you've got the ball behind you and you can control it more. But it's gusting today. It's gusting on both sides. It's right. It could be similar to like a knuckleball in baseball, like the Phil Necro, I believe, or Hoyt Wilhelm.
Oh, Gomez missing, and so once again now, Borg with a chance.
Actually, the one thing about this wind is nobody favors from it. You're confused on both sides of the court, and it's just the mental part. If you can just get over it and just get out there and try to win the point any way you can.
And there's the error from Gomez, and so Bjorn Borg has drawn first blood here. He breaks serve. Borg leading it 3-2. We're at the Woodmont Country Club just outside of our nation's capital. In the first set, good turnout here at the Woodmont Country Club. Semifinal action on the Corral Tour. 6th game coming up.
That was awful lot of cheap points Coco gave him on that last game. About 4 of them, I believe. Yeah.
Gomez with 10 unforced errors.
Make that 11. It's not unusual. It's just not in this type of conditions. You're just going to miss a lot of shots.
Any players dread wind more than any bad situation, Mel? I'm talking about heat or whatever it might be.
Yeah, they probably would rather play in the wind than the heat, probably. I mean, humidity gets pretty tough in certain areas. And there's another unusual, unforced error, but then again, it's not unusual on a day like this.
Get that breeze out here. They've had to strap down the light poles. We closed Dulles Airport for a while. Yesterday, they've had tremendous amount of rain. The ground very soggy.
And it rained out Wednesday night sessions. So it's been a tough week, I'm sure, on the tournament organizers, but Lynn Kraft has done a great job with everybody, and this D.C. area, I think, is really enjoying the champion, really enjoying us people coming in town and playing.
First time the New Bean Tour has stopped in the Washington area.
Really.
Gomez very close on that sideline, Mel. I thought for a moment he had missed that forehand volley.
He stretched out. The wind was trying to push it out. Go-Go has so much feel at the net, really, for a big guy.
Solid serve from Borg again, right down the center. And so now Borg trying to get out of trouble here. Still down, 30-40. Again, Gomez trying to figure out where that ball's coming from. It's like a screwball coming through the air. It's very tough to read.
Well, yeah, let's take a look at this. The one thing is, again, the ball just does not come to you. You'll back up and get in position, and like you say, like a knuckleball, it'll just move around or it'll die on you.
Or just over this service line there. Very close on that first serve. It's good. And it's good again. Borg unwinds on a huge forehand. Catches Gomez going the wrong way. And so Bjorn Borg, 4-2, first set.